Hi, hello, my name's Than, short for Nathaniel. Today, I have a ton of stuff to review, okay. The new Givenchy Prisme Libre Skin Caring Matte Foundation in the shade C105. The Pat McGrath Dark Star 003 kit. And from Gwen Stefani's new line, GXVE, I have the All Time Prime Multi-Use Prep and Smooth Face Oil. Okay, so let's start with the priming oil. I've worn this once, just with no makeup, just as like a moisturizer kind of. I'm a really big Gwen Stefani fan. I love her, but I don't know what this name stands for, and don't come for me if it's some like very obvious Gwen Stefani or No Doubt reference or something. You can be a fan of someone without knowing like every little detail, okay? Anyways, so once again, it's the All Time Prime Multi-Use Prep and Smooth Face Oil. First of all, I love the cardboard box. It has a little bit like paisley bandana sort of print on the inside. It says, for smooth, dewy skin or to prep before makeup application, use 1 to 2 drops all over cleansed face. It says you can combine it with your moisturizer or foundation to improve the application and finish. The ingredients, it's a relatively shortish or medium-ish length ingredient list. It's mostly just a bunch of different kinds of like oils. The first ingredient is Lamanthus alba or meadow foam seed oil. There's also soybean oil, cannabis sativa seed oil, safflower seed oil, and aloe extract, grapefruit extract, and there is fragrance in here, which I'm like not crazy about. I feel like fragrance could have been left out. The fragrance isn't bad, but you know, we'll go over it. So it's like in a dropper form like this. The one thing I will say about the dropper is it seems like a lot comes out. Like you don't even have to press the dropper for some to come out, and it's not the worst dropper I've ever used, but it is something to note. You just gotta be careful that you're not really like I'll try to show you. Like I'm not squeezing it, and you know, a few drops are coming out. I'm gonna do like 4 drops. We'll do 4 drops all over the face. There we go. I did a squeeze for like the last little drop. So it's not like crazy excessive. I've had ones where literally you pick up the dropper and it's just like, it just falls out. It's like, what is the point? My skin is super dry. I've had difficulty recently, especially with dry patches. Here's the oil in my hand. Those 4 drops seems like it's gonna go a long way. Yeah, I'm not mad at the fragrance. It's just, it's a little bit like perfumey or almost cologne-y too. It's sort of like an androgynous scent. I don't find it to be like especially masculine or feminine. So here's my skin after that oil. I definitely feel like I have a nice glow now. But I don't feel greasy, or I don't feel like I look greasy at all. It's more of just like a nice little dewy look. Actually, you know what? I wouldn't even call this dewy necessarily, more just radiant. I feel like dewy would be like a step above this. We'll see how long the fragrance like lingers as the video is going on, but I mean, it's not particularly strong. Like I can smell it, but it's not like, it's really not like an overwhelming smell. You probably know, especially if you just watched my last video, but the Prisme Libre Skin Caring Glow Foundation is one of my favorites. I have it in 2 shades, N80 and C105. I got the matte in C105 just because I feel like N80 can be a little too bright on me. I mean, I can still pull it off. I'm super fucking pale, but you know. So I'll go ahead and swatch the shade in both of the formulas just so we can get a sense on if the shades change too much. We'll see. This is the Skin Caring Matte. This is the Skin Caring Glow. And I would say that they're pretty much the same shade. I think that the glow is just a hair pinker than the matte. Just a hair. And maybe even like the slightest, like, I don't know, like 2% darker. But the matte will probably dry down darker, so. Okay, I'm just gonna start with 1 pump. And I'm gonna use a sponge because I just don't feel like risking it with my dryness and dry patches on the brush. So we'll just stick with the sponge. I'm sure you could get more coverage with the brush, but we'll just see. This is how I would typically apply a matte foundation anyways, just because they tend to be drier, so. So with, I think it's about a medium coverage. Again, you'd probably get more with a brush, but just not risking it. It looks very, very smooth right now. And I don't feel like it's emphasizing any of the texture on my forehead in terms of the dry patches that I have here. So I'm gonna do one pump on the other side. This has the same fragrance in it as the original, pretty much. It's just like a florally sort of fragrance. So far, I don't feel like the color has changed too much. Yeah, and it just looks very smooth. I mean, on my nose, it's looking a teensy dry, but not anything crazy at all. I don't know, I wouldn't even say it looks dry necessarily, just like I can tell it's more matte on my nose, and I probably didn't like rub too much of the oil on there, so that probably is why that's looking a little bit drier than the rest of my face. But my upper lip looks pretty good, and that's also a spot that usually gets super dry with matte foundations. Like sometimes I just have to like completely wipe off the upper lip and just like reapply after, because it's just, for some reason, I don't know, it's like a problem spot. And I feel like a lot of people have that issue too on the upper lip. And I feel like the longer it's on my face, the more matte it's sort of getting overall. But there's still a glow. It's weird. Like straight on, I feel like it looks matte, and then when I turn to the side and I see the lights hitting my face, I can see the radiance. So at least on top of this oil, I would say it's like a semi-matte finish or demi-matte, mostly matte. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of M Cosmetics Terra. And then a little bit of Peripera Ink V shading powder, Shaquda angled face brush, my pores are a bit congested around my chin right now. That's sort of the trouble. Like my skin's really like it's dry leaning combo, and I tend to just get like clogged pores around here, and sometimes like in the center of my face here, my nose, you know, throughout the T-zone. So that's kind of my struggle, is balancing out moisturizing enough for my dryness, but also trying to keep it lightweight enough. I'm not surprised I haven't been really exfoliating a lot, because I just want to try not to, I'm just afraid of peeling right now. And I didn't have any trouble blending. I'm gonna use the KVD Good Apple concealer. And just gonna powder slightly under the eyes with the Pat McGrath Under Eye Blurring Powder. Let's cut into this. I know, it's crazy that I haven't opened this already. You know me, usually I cannot wait. So this is exciting. And thankfully she didn't go overboard with the sequins this time. Usually you gotta be really careful. Sequins get everywhere. I mean, they're still getting everywhere, but not as bad. So the main feature of the kit is of course this pressed pigment here. It's a triochrome. It's VR Sextra Galactic. So it looks like to be like a greeny, purpley, bluey shift. So pretty. I had no idea this felt like it was sort of like a surprise launch. I don't know, right? Just like came out of nowhere. So it comes with this, her Permadrel Ultra Glide Eye Pencil in Extreme Black. I don't think I have this. I have like a couple of her liners. One that I think came in a previous iteration of this kit is like a thicker one, which I'm not crazy about, and I don't even have it up here around me. I don't know where it is because I never use it. But then it comes with this Miran mixing medium, which I've tried the Miran mixing medium. I have like actually a bigger bottle of it somewhere, but it's just been like, okay, I don't know. I gotta try it with this, I guess, but we'll see. I don't know if I'm gonna try the liquid today, to be honest. And then it also comes with the Cyber Electric Eyeglass, which is eyegloss, sorry, which is an eyegloss. But wow, this looks really cool too. I think this is a different shade than the one that came out previously. It looks a little more like, has more like pink and stuff in it and a little more green. The first one was more like blue, I believe. A few years ago, this is one of the first Pat McGrath products that I saw, really, was this kit, and was really drawn in by the blue. I'll show you the original shade. Let's compare these. So this is the one that came out in the first kit. It's the ultraviolet blue pigment. So this was before all of the Divine Roses and Sextra whatevers. And this is more of a just straight up ultraviolet sort of like color, or ultraviolet blue. It's like bluey purple, but it's not like a duochrome or anything like that. So I would say very different from this. Also, this looks like it's the same formula as her, everyone likes to say, special baked shades. It does say it's made in Italy, and this one looks like it's made in the USA, and it's more of like a pressed pigment type of deal. So this is my first time going into this. Let's see. It's definitely the baked formula. It's super smooth. So here's Sextra Galactic, and here is the ultraviolet blue pigment. Hope it's focusing. So very different. But actually, I think they would go well together. And here's the swatches on my hand. Again, the ultraviolet blue, Sextra Galactic. I'm like the queen. And as you can see, this ultraviolet blue definitely stains. Whereas it seems like this newer one is not leaving a stain, at least when it's on my finger for like 2 seconds. Okay, so I guess I actually just want to start with this liner. Again, I'm not sure if I've tried this exact formula from her. I feel like I want to do this look similar to how I do my Victoria Beckham smoky eye looks. So we're going to go on the waterline, I think, with this pencil a little bit, and we'll just see what happens. But yeah, I'm just going to sort of use this as a base as well. I'm going to try taking this KJH number 11, KJH X Spectrum number 11, and I'm just going to see how this smudges, if at all. Not very well. It's kind of staying, what about with my finger? Oh no! Yeah, this stays put. Whoops. Well, I'm putting the shadow over it too, so we'll just leave it like this, and I'll try to do the same thing over here. I was wanting to sort of like smudge it, but I think this is a little bit, you know, it stays put. This really doesn't budge after you put it on. Okay. So I think I need to use a black eyeshadow with this. Oh my god, here we go. Here, I'm taking the black from Mothership 1 Subliminal, and I'm going to use my short-handled Bisyodo brush. I think the shape for the most part is even. Because this Trio Chrome is sort of pinky, purpley, greeny. I think I'm gonna take Antidote from Monochromance, mostly on the lighter side, and the Sonia G Blender Pro. Sort of mix it with the black. And then I'm gonna go into the darker side of Antidote. Let me take this shade. I'm just gonna go in with my finger, I guess. So from the front, I feel like it's reading very just like one color. I know that's kind of the point of the Trio Chromes, but I don't know. I just don't know how I feel about these kinds of things. I always feel like they swatch really pretty, and then when they go on the eyes, they just like don't, they're never like exactly how they're not exactly how I want, you know what I mean? Actually, I think it's okay. Now the question is if I want to try using this gloss on top. And do I need to do anything else before I do that? Wait, hold on, let me see. Maybe I'll add a touch more from Monochromance, sort of in here. And I'm wiping off the Bisyodo brush, and I'm gonna take it with the pigment and add a little bit more of that. And then before I might add another sort of shimmer in the inner corner, but let's first go in with this sort of gel thing, or the eye gloss, and we'll just see what happens. I don't know, I'm kind of scared that it's gonna like ruin the whole look. I'm not very experienced with eyeglosses and stuff, but this is what I'm gonna do. I'm taking this KJH number 15, it's synthetic, and I'm going into the gloss. I've seen on Pat's Instagram artists using a brush with this, so I'm assuming that it's okay. It's definitely more of a gel texture than like a liquid. Like it's not, if you like turn it upside down, it's not gonna like fucking completely fall out. And I'm gonna put most of it on the back of my hand and sort of just add a thin layer. I don't want to go too gloopy. Here's what it looks like on the back of my hand, sort of sheer. It doesn't feel particularly heavy. I can feel it on the eyes. I don't know, I feel like it kind of is like wiping away the shadow and stuff that I have on top, so I don't know. I don't know if this is for me. I never really played with it the first time around. Yeah. I'm taking the Sonia G Worker 3 back into the pigment, and I'm gonna sort of tap this on over here. Okay, now I want to take Firefly from Kaleidos Club Nebula, which is this shimmer here. It's like a greeny shimmer. Yeah, I don't know about this eye gloss thing, you guys. Feels really weird, especially even just putting this on top. Actually, I'm gonna grab a tissue and try to like dab some of this gloss away, because it's getting goopy and weird. Okay, I'm gonna try to add, oh my god, I'm gonna get pigment all over my beautiful Monochromance palette. But I'm going back into the purple, and I'm just gonna try to like fix this. Okay, I think this is as good as I'm gonna get it in terms of fixing that. God, that gloss. I just think it's a tricky product to work with, you know? But let me try going into Firefly again. Yeah, I think we're good. I think we're good. And with my finger, I'm gonna tap on a little bit more of this pigment too. Right in the center. For brows, I'm gonna use Charlotte Tilbury Legendary Brow in black brown. For mascara, I'm gonna use the SIMIHAZE Easy Lash. I have some black specks on my face. It's from the black eyeshadow or the liner, I'm pretty sure. Clean it up the best I can with this synthetic brush. I think that's probably as good as I'm gonna get it. For lips, I talked about this shade Moonblade from SIMIHAZE in my last video, and I want to show it to you even though I said, you know, it's pretty similar to it's a similar like pinky shade, you know, as the Super Slick Balm that I used in my last video, but I just want to show you. And then I think I'll use a Pat McGrath gloss on top. So I'm gonna use this Opulust Lavendaring gloss. For blush, I'm gonna use the Patrick Ta Major Headlines Blush Palette, and we're gonna use She's a Doll, which is the pink story. I'm just gonna use the powder, I think. And I'm starting with the Soft Cheek from Sonia G. You know what I haven't done in forever? I'm gonna buff using the Giorgio Armani powder. I used to not be able to do my makeup without buffing, and now I can sort of like, I don't know. I don't know. I haven't done it in a while. Let's just revisit it. So this is the Neo Nude. Wait, what is this? This is the Luminous Silk Glow Fusion Powder. I've like hit pan on this. You can tell, and you probably know if you've been watching me for a while, that I used to use this in like every look. So I'm going in with the Sonia G Face One, and by the way, this is now called the Buffer Pro, and the handle changed, but it's essentially the same brush. So when I list it below, I link it to the newer version. I'm going to add more of the Pat McGrath powder. For highlight, I'm gonna go into Pink Pearl from the Burberry face palette in fair to light medium. This one here. I'll use the Sonia G Designer Pro for that. And just take my blush brush and see whatever's left on it, and just add a little bit to my nose. I sort of want to add a little bit of the Victoria Beckham gloss on top too. Yes, the Victoria Beckham one is glossier than the Pat McGrath. The Pat McGrath is a little bit more, has that metallic effect, but this is a little more like plump, dewy effect. Okay, so let's zoom in and then we'll go over my final thoughts.
So far, so good. Felt the rain, I should find shelter, pull up my umbrella. But today I'm feeling stellar. Wanna feel the weather. Sunny rays or stormy pressure. You'll get if I get what the hard times bring me. Moving lots of new things, always with my own spin. A queen deserves a true king. Living like a movie, see the way I do me. Live that inner beauty. I'm not the type.
Okay, so I'm not smelling that face oil anymore or the foundation. I'm smelling the Pat McGrath lip gloss. So it seems like the fragrance does dissipate after a little bit. I've been filming for about almost 2 hours now. I don't even know when I stopped smelling it. So I don't think it's not like you're gonna smell it on you like all day. Gosh, I really got a lot of that eyeliner slash black shadow flex on me. But yeah, I definitely need to try this with a different foundation. At least with this foundation, I mean, I'm definitely looking matte now, but I have added powder and all, you know, lots of different powders. So I don't think I'm necessarily looking too dry. My under eyes are looking a little dry, but I should have used like an eye cream. I used some more of a lightweight moisturizer in preparation for the oil, but I don't think I really put the oil around my under eyes very much. So yeah, they're not looking the best, but they're not looking the worst. In the beginning, I thought this looked really beautiful. And I still think it looks nice now. The only thing is like, I just love the skincare and glow one so much that I think it's just hard for this one to beat that one. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'll have to see how it looks on camera. But it doesn't feel uncomfortable or heavy or anything, so I definitely need to give this one another go. But I don't think it's bad by any means. And it was extremely easy to blend as well. Just not as special as the glow one, in my opinion. The glow one's texture It's just a really unique sort of gel texture. You need to try it. And I will definitely be trying more from Gwen's new line. And I'm sure you'll see me using this in like many upcoming videos to prime, just to see how it works with more formulas. And I don't know, I just like the way this feels on the skin. It just doesn't feel heavy, you know? So this Dark Star kit, I don't know. It's kind of hard for me to get behind this gloss thing. Like, I can see where it would be cool for, like, if you're not wearing any other powders underneath or something like that. But I don't know, I'll try this, like, just over my, like, blank eye and get back to you. Or my naked eye, I guess. The liner is super budge proof. I was expecting it to be a little creamier, but yeah, it's definitely super budge proof. I could not get that to blend out at all. Totally different than the kajols from Victoria Beckham. I guess because this isn't a kajal liner, and I guess I have heard that gel liners more, like, they are harder to blend out. Same idea with the Maron liquid. I just think that with the kit in general, there's kind of a learning curve, it seems, like with every formula. Like, even this one, while it's easy to apply, you know, and it's a beautiful formula, I do feel like it might take some, you know, practice. Like, I do feel like it's one you have to build, and also, I don't know, it's like creasing slightly. I wish that she would come out with a range of these singles, like in this formula, in this like format as well, without it being in like the kit. Sort of how she did her eyedol things, you know, like those single shadows, except better because it would be this. I'd happily pay like $30 for them, whatever, you know, like, because this kit altogether I think was like $55. So, I mean, if you're only getting it for this, I mean, I still feel like it's kind of worth it. It's just, I don't know, it's because I'm a collector, you know what I mean? Like, I have so much of Pat's stuff, so it's worth it for me. I don't know if it's going to be worth it for the average consumer just to get the kit for this, you know, like, you know. But maybe you love her eyeliner too, and I don't know, it's fun. It's all fun. Now let's do some comparisons with this shade, and I'll swatch it again with the old shade as well. Yeah, and I'll just throw in some duochromes and I'll tell you what they are. Sextra Galactic, and the eyegloss, I keep saying eyeglass, eyegloss swatched above it. And then I'm gonna swatch Galaxy from the Lightwork Volume 3. That's this second one in over here. I think these are pretty similar, to be honest. So my camera died when I was explaining these swatches. I'm not sure how much of it got cut off, so I'm just gonna restart. So let me explain what these are. So the top is the eye gloss. The second swatch is the Sextra Galactic from the new kit. This one here is Galaxy from Lightwork Volume 3, Danessa Myricks. I think this is like the closest, obviously. And then the next one is VR Sextra Terrestrial from the Divine Rose 2. It's this one here. And then from Utopian Dream, that's the last one down there, this one here. Not really close, both of them, but just to show you what it looks like next to her other trio chrome shades. And then I wanted to swatch the Ultraviolet Blue Pigment, but I cannot seem to find it. My table's a mess right now. I know I swatched it earlier, so at least you have that for reference. But yeah, I don't know what happened, but I cannot find it, and I'm like blind, so. Really, the main difference between the Danessa Myricks and this new Pat shade, I mean, they're really slightly different. I would say Danessa's seems to be a little bit more pigmented or vibrant, and also the base is blacker or just darker. They're both pretty. On camera, like at least from what I can barely see in my viewfinder, on camera they're looking a little bit more different than they look in person. And another big difference between the Danessa Myricks formula and Pat's is a big formula. Danessa's is more of like a creamy formula. One more thing before I do my outro. I am reapplying to the Sephora squad this year. So basically what that is, it's like a paid opportunity or paid partnership with Sephora, and you get to like talk with different people in the industry. They send you lots of products to try. They pay you. So, you know, it's just a good opportunity to grow my following and just get more experience in this whole world of beauty and influencing. I'm gonna leave a link down below where you can write me a short little testimonial if you'd like about, you know, if you like me and my channel and my content and everything. It would help me out if you just wrote a little blurb. It won't show me who wrote one or what you write, but there is an option. They like give you a template if you want to like post it on your Instagram story or something, and you can tag me, but you don't have to do that if you don't want to. You can just like write a little sweet little thing and you know, it's fine. But yeah, it would really help me out if you did that. So thank you in advance, and yeah, I look forward to reading the ones that you do send me. Yeah, I applied last year, but I didn't make the cut. My spirit is not broken, and we're reapplying, and you know, fingers crossed. So make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and ring the bell so you're notified every single time that I upload a new video. Follow my Instagram, prettierthangram, and follow me on Newness so you're notified every single time I'm doing a live stream. Okay, goodbye.